Hey guys, so I'm not trying to become a sports channel now or anything, but the breaking news headline just came out that Tom Brady has officially retired, and I'm in shock. I was actually thinking, this guy's going to play another year at least, but no, it looks like he's deciding to hang up the cleats for good, and he did say that he wanted to spend more time with his family or whatever, and that's understandable. I would too, especially if I've accomplished all that he has, because at this point he's won the most Super Bowls. He's um he's played with two different teams and had success with. But I mean, you almost could. This guy's almost accomplished any accolade that you'd ever see a quarterback accomplish. I know that he's not responsible for every single bit of his success because all those Super Bowls he didn't. He wasn't the MVP in probably half of them Super Bowls, so you know that he had a good team around him too, but still, you'll probably never see a quarterback replicate what this man did on the field. And again, like I said, I'm not trying to be a sports channel, but I figured that would just be a really important reaction since I do sports predictions and everything. And it's going to be a really weird NFL without Tom Brady because if you ask me, the next man up here would probably be Patrick Mahomes. Or the guy we're going to see in the Super Bowl, Joe Burrow. Uh, yeah, probably. I mean, everyone thinks Aaron Rodgers is the would be the next man up, but I don't really think that. He's probably not too far from being done either. So there've been talks of him going to other places like Denver, and I hope that doesn't happen because I don't like the Donkeys, so let's not see him do that. But it's just mind-boggling to me. 22 years in the league. No, everyone was wondering when the hell is this man gonna retire? And he pulls the trigger early in the morning on February 1st, and he's done. He's just he could have decided to end it with a Super Bowl victory because I wouldn't doubt if he played next year, they would probably win. I feel like he would have just been motivated. But again, for all I know, he could retire and weirdly maybe come back. I don't know. I mean, he seems like compared to Ben Roethlisberger at 39, Tom Brady's about 5 years older. Man, he looks like 10 times better in shape than Ben. So I could almost see him legitimately come back to football for a while, if his kids grow up or something. Wouldn't it just be weird to see a man in his 50s come back and play NFL football? I mean, I think that's actually pretty unlikely because I think in his mind he's already thinking, I probably don't need to play another day in my life. He's not only made enough money, but he's accomplished basically everything there is to do in the NFL. So yeah, I don't know what's next with that guy, but I do know what's next for the Buccaneers. They're probably going to fall off a little bit because I think Tom Brady was a big factor in why the Buccaneers became a playoff team. And it's not because they basically had the assets already before Brady was there. He just helped put it all together and lead them where they needed to go. And I think it's cool that he was at least able to win one Super Bowl with them because I think the Buccaneers did deserve that after all. Because there have been so many years they had just been they've been pretty good. I think they've even had some really good upsets in the last few years. I remember they went to Pittsburgh and Kansas City within the last 10 years and won, which is not easy. Because Kansas City and Pittsburgh have actually been playoff teams pretty consistently within that time. But yeah, they haven't particularly been the best team, and that's why I think Brady going there absolutely it would have helped anyone. I think the Raiders would be a better team if they had Tom Brady. But the idea is, I think they can still, with the Raiders, they can still succeed with the guy they have there, Derek Carr. They can succeed with him. The only problem is they haven't built the system for him to succeed. Ever since Jack Del Rio had left, I don't think Derek Carr has been the same quarterback that we saw in that 2016 season where they went 12-4. But the injury might have been a big part of it too. It's after that injury happened, man, he just has not played the same. and I've noticed he became really clumsy. Like, he makes a lot of mistakes. There will be a couple of games he'll have like 2 interceptions or a fumble, or he'll usually turn the ball over at least 2 times in a game. And there have been 2 instances where he to take the lead, one to win the game against Dallas in 2017. He fumbles the ball in the back of the end zone, and that's basically where the game either takes a turn or it's just over. Like, I know the Dallas game in 2017, that game was over right after that because they needed that drive. And that's actually what that playoff game reminded me of a little bit, where Derek Carr gets all the way down to the 9-yard line, he turns it over on the last play of the game and loses it. It's like he's either going to win it for you or he's going to lose it for you. There's no, like, real gray area there for some reason. Yeah, but I do hope they continue to succeed in the future because they just got Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler in as GM and head coach. Or head coach and GM, if you want to say that respectively. But, yeah, there are going to be a lot of changes there, and I think they're good changes. So that actually reassures my belief that they'll be back next year, probably in the playoffs. Because if they went 10-7 with what they had this year, with all the problems that they had in the supposedly dysfunctional locker room, they still somehow make it to the playoffs and win 10 games. That's crazy. So imagine what they can do with Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler if they bring some good guys into the draft, and they don't make as many mistakes as they have this year. Like, say the offense steps up a little bit when it comes to clumsiness, man. Like, this team could be built for a Super Bowl run. In fact, I think if it weren't for that loss in Cincinnati, they might have been in the Super Bowl right now, which is crazy to believe. Because honestly, I think the Titans and the Bengals the Titans and the Chiefs looked really bad. So, but I've went way off on the subject here. I was talking about Tom Brady, obviously. But, yeah, 7 Super Bowls. I wish I knew how many playoff games he won so I could say that, but that's definitely a record. I'm going to say it's somewhere close to about probably 40, 50. Because I swear almost every time he's been in the playoffs, they've at least made an AFC championship run. Maybe they would lose to Denver with Peyton Manning or Indianapolis with Peyton Manning. But they've never... I think, and besides that one year, I think the Patriots every year have made it to the AFC Championship, at least, except for the 2019 season, which was Brady's last in New England. But yeah, if I had known that Tom Brady would have retired, I think I would have probably been rooting for the Buccaneers more, to be honest, because I didn't. Because that team's probably going to go down the tube. Not completely. They'll probably be like New Orleans this year. They'll probably be about average. But if you asking me, that makes the division race in the South wide open. No Tom Brady, no Drew Brees. Your best quarterback's probably Matt Ryan. So maybe the Falcons can make a run again and become decent and go on some playoff runs since Brady's not going to be there anymore. But I really don't know why I cared a whole lot to make this video. But I think I've just been on sports recently, so and they're a lot easier to make. I don't need to have this whole setup to record. I can literally just sit in my living room and talk about it. I think I've kind of went to more easier style videos to do the KISS method, keep it simple, stupid. I just want to, I want to get the most that I can out of doing the least. You know what I'm saying? I think some of you do. But yeah, I figured I'd put my 2 words in, and if I had described Tom Brady as a player in 1 word, it would be GOAT. It's simple, GOAT. Or that's 4 words, but in an acronym. He's the greatest of all time, no doubt. It's going to be a much different game without him on the field, but nobody lives forever. Nobody could play football forever. No one lives forever. All that good stuff about nothing's permanent in life. So sometimes you just have to come to the realization it's time to move on from something, and that's what he did. So much respect to Tom Brady. I wish him the best of luck in his future. Yeah, that'll do it for this video, guys. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.